Welcome to the episode of Locked In. This is going to be part 5 in my Carbon Monster Gravel Budget Mullet bike build series. I'm going to be discussing my 2 current wheel set options on this bike and the tires I'm going to be running as well. Now, obviously tires are going to be likely to change. I'm going to be reviewing some tires, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of what I'm running and some suggestions for me on where you can find wheels either new or secondhand in a similar weight category, depending on what budget you have. But keep in mind, one set is very high end, and one is home built, but very similar to other things you should be able to find used on the market. But I'll also give you the parts list so you can build the same set at home if you'd like. So let's start off with my 700c wheel set. This is gonna be the same wheel set, if you have been watching this channel for quite a while, that I had used on my custom steel all-road gravel bike build that I did. That is basically what I'm gonna be running for the 700Cs on this bike. So to break it down this is a DT Swiss rim. It is the XR331. It's essentially one of their lightest weight rims. It is an alloy rim, so they're actually pretty affordable. It actually came with nipples as well. This is going to be a decently wide setup. This is about a 26 external, as well as it is set to a nice set of Supreme bladed spokes. And these are a center lock style hub. They are made from Bitex. They are basically the same weight and almost construction of a DT Swiss 240 hub, but a lot cheaper. These are about 180 bucks, I believe, for a set from bikehubstore.com. They did not sponsor these wheels, but I will link all those links in the description below. As far as rotors go, I have a cheap rotor on here because I had warped an old one. I'll probably be upgrading these rotors since this was a temporary fix to something nicer. I really want to try out the new Hope floating center lock rotors and give those a whirl and see if I can actually feel a difference between basically a budget entry-level disc rotor to a nicer one. I have some purple anodized tubeless valves, and currently mounted on here, which is a tire I will be doing a review for, is the WTB Venture in a 50C. This is a tire I've been really excited to try out because I did love the Venture in a 650 by 47, and if you haven't seen that review, links will be in the description as well. I've really loved the tire in a 650, and in a 50, in a 700 would be awesome. I actually haven't ridden 700s on my gravel bike, basically besides cross season. So it'd be really interesting to try something with such a high volume. I'm really excited to try these tires out. Obviously this tire will probably change a few times, but this is what I'm gonna be starting on for this build series, and was really looking for a frame that would clear something this big, and the Cobalt Warhawk does. And if you guys are interested in picking one up, I do have a link below in the description with a 25% off coupon code as well. And as far as weight goes, these wheels when built were at 1,450 grams, so that is a pretty lightweight disc wheel set. There's definitely lighter out there, but you should be able to get something in a similar weight from Stan's or Hunt, either secondhand or new. I think Hunt builds a great set of wheels, especially for the money and the price point. I believe they have a set that's around 1,600 grams, so yes, half a pound heavier, but I wanna say they're only 350 or 450 bucks, I'm not exactly sure. Something like that would be very competitive weight-wise, and they do have something in this weight class, but obviously the price goes up. So keep in mind, something in the 1,400 to 1,500 gram range for a disc wheel is actually very light, and after that it gets really expensive. And keep in mind, I got this weight with aluminum rim, so you don't actually have to go carbon to get a lightweight wheel set. Then we get onto my Big Baller Maker Hauler wheel set, which is my Industry 9 Ultralights in a 650. I bought these wheels because I've never had a truly really baller set of wheels at that point, and I'm really happy that I purchased these. I've been loving them. They are extremely lightweight at 1,325 grams for the wheel set, and I've had no issues besides having to true them a little bit more than I thought I would. But again, these are their ultralights. I'm not the most ultralight guy at about 185 pounds. So that is something, if you go to this high end of extreme, you are gonna be paying for it as far as having to possibly true them a little bit more often. Now keep in mind, you don't need to have something this light, and if you're a heavier rider, you might need something with more spoke count or something more robust. But again, you can find something in that 1,400-ish gram category in a 650, and there are pretty affordable options out there. Or again, used, you can always find a great set of wheels pretty cheap as well. As far as everything else goes on these, I do have a set of really baller XTR rotors, and I've been really liking these. These are an older generation, they're not the new gens, but I've been really happy with them. As you can see here, this is the cassette. This is the Zito 950 cassette for their 11-speed setup. I've been testing this for quite a while, and I'll be doing an independent review on it as well. And you've already seen this in the, obviously, the drivetrain video that I did before this one. Then, as far as tires go, this is the current set of tires that I have mounted on here. Again, this is a test bed, and these will be changing out. I have some from WTB I'm gonna be reviewing, but right now I have a set of S-Works Fast Tracks. Now, my old setup on my TCX, I ran a 2.2 in the front and a 2.0 in the rear because the rear clearance was smaller. On this frame, it is stated at a 2.1 clearance, so I'm gonna be trying to see if I can take my 2.2, I'll put it on the rear and see if it actually clears on this frame to see if I can actually run a 2.2 and 2.2 setup without having to do a staggered setup like I did before. So I'll obviously be making a video about that to see if I can push that tire clearance to get it. I really like these tires. They're very lightweight and they roll really well, but they are a little bit more prone to puncture because they are their S-Works series and they are a lighter weight casing. And if you're interested in purchasing a Cobalt Warhawk frame set that I'm using for this build series, click the link below and use my coupon code to get 25% off. So I hope you like this video. I know these videos are kind of short, but I'm trying to segment everything so that everyone can watch exactly what they want to in this build series and see something that's broken down a little bit more concisely to see what you want to hear more information on. So make sure to subscribe, turn notifications on so you can see all my weekly cycling content that I produce for this channel, as well as you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Links are in the description below. And thanks for watching another episode of Locked In.
Let's get locked in.